The toast wasn't mine. It never had been. My daughter stood, smiling so brightly it almost hid the venom in her words. "Happy Father's Day, Dad," she said, but she wasn't looking at me. She was looking at my father-in-law. The restaurant fell silent as she held up a set of keys. "Here's your new car." Applause. Laughter. My wife kissed her father's cheek. Then my daughter turned her gaze to me. "The mortgage is due Sunday." It wasn't a joke. I knew the tone. It was an order. I raised my glass, pretending to drink, but my throat was dry. I'd been replaced, not in title, but in meaning, and they wanted me to pay for it. It hadn't started this way. I met my wife when I was 24. She had a sharp smile, a quicker wit, and a way of making me feel like the room got brighter when she walked in. Her father didn't like me. Ambitionless, he called me once, but I ignored it. We built a life, a daughter, a home. I worked, saved, sacrificed. I missed vacations, skipped hobbies, poured every spare dollar into the family. Her father, he was always there, always the hero with gifts. A new phone for her, a bike for my daughter, but never without strings. Every gift was a reminder he could provide more than I could. I thought it was harmless. I thought family was bigger than pride. Then I started noticing things. The joint account would be short without explanation. My wife would borrow from my business savings, promising to replace it. My daughter, once warm, once mine, began echoing her grandfather's words. "You work too much for too little. Granddad says I should aim higher than you did." I let it slide. I told myself it was just teenage talk. But the dinner proved it wasn't. It was indoctrination. When they handed him the car and handed me the mortgage, something inside me clicked into place. Not rage, not heartbreak, clarity. I didn't argue at the table. I smiled, ate my meal, paid the bill, of course I did. But that night, when the house was quiet, I packed a bag. Clothes, documents, my laptop. I left a note on the kitchen counter. It didn't say goodbye. It said, "Check the account. Step 1, financial extraction." I'd been quietly preparing for years without realizing it. Every major purchase was in my name. The deed to the house? Me. The business? Me. My wife had access, yes, but I had control. That night, I moved the business funds into a new account she didn't know existed, canceled her access to the company credit line, froze the joint card. By morning, they would wake up to discover the stream had dried. Step 2, leverage. My father-in-law's new car, bought under my company's lease program, the one tied directly to my business license. Legally, it wasn't his yet, and defaulting on the lease would send it straight back to the dealer. I called the leasing manager at sunrise, told him to cancel the delivery. By 9 a.m., the keys in my daughter's hand were just a piece of useless metal. Step 3, information. I had years of messages, transfers, and quiet loans from the company account to cover their personal expenses. On paper, it looked like embezzlement. I didn't need to use it, I just needed them to know I could. By 7 a.m., my phone was buzzing. At 8, it was a steady vibration. By 10, I had 87 missed calls. I didn't answer until the 88th. It was my wife. Her voice was tight. "What have you done?" I kept my tone even, just putting things back where they belong. "You can't just—" "I can," I said, and I have. They tried to paint me as cruel, irresponsible. They said I was abandoning my family. But here's the truth. I didn't leave them. They left me a long time ago. I just finally walked away. 2 weeks later, they were scrambling. The mortgage payment bounced. My father-in-law had to return the car. My daughter called once, voice shaking, not with apology, but with panic. "You ruined everything," she said. "No," I told her, "I stopped paying for it." The legal papers came next, not from them, but from me. I filed for separation, asset division, and removal of my wife's name from the business entirely. The evidence of financial misuse made it easy. The court froze what little was left in the joint account. Her father tried to intimidate me, showed up at my office. I didn't even invite him in. I just handed him a single sheet of paper, a detailed list of the transactions from my business account to his personal expenses over the last 5 years. "This is a copy," I said. "The other is with my lawyer. Try me." He left without another word. The final blow came a month later, during mediation. The mediator asked about financial responsibility moving forward. I slid the mortgage documents across the table, the ones with only her name on them after I'd refinanced the house out of mine.